I love how you felt on that.
All right. Coming up on deck, we have Aaron French. So coming to the stage now is a man. He won second place at Coon Rapids, funniest person in Coon Rapids competition. He also was selected to be in the final competition in the World Series of Comedy. Let's give it up for Mr. WillSpottedBear!
Give it up for Jana Severson, everybody! She even got my name right, WillSpottedBear. A lot of people messed that up. They call me other native stuff. They're like, look, it's Will Running Bear. Look, it's Will Two Trees. Look, it's Will, your people didn't win that war, so quit using your weird Disney names at us. They told me I had to address certain things when I started doing comedy. I'm Native American, but I look Italian. That means I beat my wife up twice as much. Kidding, I'm kidding. Native Americans don't get married. I'm not even that native. I'm native like Obama's black. Barack, not Michelle. That chick is gangster. I love her. Oh, got an Armani dress on and a razor blade in her teeth. That's my boo. I don't look that native. Like you can tell my mom did something strange. You just don't know what flavor the swirl was. So I get told I look like other minorities. Like, recently I've been told I look Italian, but that's because I always have my hair pulled back and I'm a little bit out of shape. You know, like if I shaved my head and ran a bit, I'd look Mexican. They'd be like, Will, you look Hispanic. I'd be like, thank you, I have been working out. That's so nice. I didn't even know I was Native American. I'm half Lakota. I'm from Pittsburgh. I'm half Lakota. My mom is white and my dad wasn't around because some stereotypes are true. My mom told me when I was 10 years old that I was Native, but since she knew nothing about the culture, she told me it like I was like dying of something. She's like, Will, you got the Native. I'm sorry. There's nothing we can do. You're going to be growing feathers in no time. That's why you pack all your clothes in grocery bags. And you like Pontiacs. Ended up meeting my dad on the Native Facebook, onechesthair.com. So I've been Native for about 5 years now. It's fun. I had someone tell me that I looked really intimidating. Someone goes, Will, you look really scary. I said, listen, snitch, I'm duct taping. Shut up. I don't get that neither. Like if I pull my hair back, I look like a scary minority. But when I drop it down, I kind of look like a young Rosie O'Donnell. It's not scary. I get that because I'm from Pittsburgh. Like I started doing comedy in Fargo, which is tough. Do you know how hard it is to do comedy in North Dakota? How hard it is to do comedy in a state where 65% of that state doesn't actually believe in laughter? I think it's a myth. Like Pixies of the Philippines or something. I started doing comedy. There's only like 8 of us, which was great, because even if I was the worst comic, I was still in the top 10. That's math. But I'm originally from Pittsburgh. I moved here because everyone here is a lot nicer than people in Pittsburgh. In Pittsburgh, everyone's always like ready for a threat. Like I'd be walking down the street, someone would be like, hey, some thug be like, what are you looking at? I'm like, nothing. He's like, so now I'm nothing? Let's just stab each other, dude. I don't have time for your trick questions. I didn't barely graduate high school for this. I started to come hanging out with a lot of artistic people in Fargo. I've been hanging out with a lot of vegetarians. I have a friend that she's very militant about it. She gets mad at me because of all the meat I eat. Good thing I don't speak publicly for a living, right? Or else I'd be in trouble. She comes up to me and she goes, you know, Will, I only eat broccoli because it doesn't feel pain. I said, how on earth do you know that, self-centered? Maybe when you're ripping out broccoli, it's like kneecapping it. You don't know. That's why I only eat veal. Stay with me, hippies. Listen, listen. That baby cow, it don't know nothing but the box. When they open it up to kill it, its last thought is, hey, I'm not blind. Pa-tunk. It's the hope that makes them delicious, people. It didn't know it was getting tortured. It didn't know it was getting tortured. Hell, I didn't know I was getting abused until social services came and ruined it for me. God. Yeah, my mom used to beat me, but only for really important reasons. As a side effect, anytime I see a box of Frosted Flakes, I piss my pants. Don't touch my mom's cereal. That's the moral of that story right there. My mom was actually super nice, like way nicer than my neighborhood should have been. She saw like the best in people where there obviously wasn't any. She'd be like, Will, have you seen Tommy? He's lost so much weight. Like, Mom, Tommy's on drugs. She goes, no, he's just on a new diet. Like, Mom, Tommy's doing meth. Nobody loses 30 pounds in 5 days. That doesn't happen. I have a little sister back home. She's super sweet. She's like 14 years old, so I called her up. Because I was going to go visit once a year. I called up a couple months ago, and I'm like, hey, sweetie, I don't know what to do to entertain a 14-year-old kid. You know, he's like, she's too old for me to buy her Barbies, but not old enough for me to buy her beer yet. So I'm like, eh. So I called her up. I said, hey, how about I take you to that new Lorax movie? Doesn't that sound good? She goes, Will, I am a 14-year-old woman. I don't want to go see some kid's movie. And I go, well, sweetie, I really don't want to take you, but if I go by myself, that's just creepy. I didn't want to take you to the Selena Gomez concert either, you little deadweight, but here we are, you know? Gosh, have anybody smoke weed out there? Any weed smokers? Where you at? Round of applause? Yeah. A lot of my friends smoke weed. We're going to call them every other comedian you see here this evening. I love them. I don't have a problem with smoking weed. A lot of my friends try to tell me how natural it is. Like, well, weed is natural. Weed is natural. I'm like, weed may be natural. So is masturbation. You're not doing either of those in my car, though, brother, okay? I had a friend, she got fired from being a kindergarten teacher for smoking marijuana, which I thought was ridiculous. Because, I mean, who would be a better kindergarten teacher than a pothead? Who's going to love snack time and nap time? As much as someone smokes a lot of weeds, you know? Those kids come home, they're like, Mommy, we watched 4 episodes of Barney and Pink Floyd's The Wall. It was awesome. Kids don't know what that stuff is. It's a generation gap. I think it's the Dairy Queen mouth coming after them. They don't know. Hanging out with this old 70-year-old hippie friend of mine. He starts hearing Stairway to Heaven. He starts flashing back super hard because that song used to mean something. He's like, Will, the 60s and the drugs and the women and the parties. I'm like, dude, we're in an elevator in a J.C. Penney. Calm down. Things have changed. Anybody drinking? Who's a big drinker out there? North Dakota big drinkers, college strikes, anybody? No? This is a weed night. You're right. This is a weed night. I apologize. Weed heads come out on early Tuesday. Drunks come out on the weekends. Because you don't want to use the same lane as the drunk weed heads, really. I mean, straight up. I mean, both of you use the right lane, but one of you don't use brakes. It's scary. I get that. I go to AA myself. I'm not an alcoholic. I just really like drunk chicks, but I don't want to stay out late. A has dances. This is awesome. A has like the best dances you could ever go to. Because those people know every dance that was ever created. They do not know how they learned them, but they know every dance that was ever created. Monogamous relationships are very difficult, though. I'm in 3 of them right now. And they're tough, man. Hey, when you fall in love with somebody, you don't know, it's like you just don't pay attention to the little flaws. Like they might have straggly hair. They might have buck teeth. They might have a rampant drug addiction. They rob you every couple months. You know, little things. I dated a drug addict. It was awesome. Every time we had sex, it was always doggy style so she could look out for police. My first love was this really hairy girl, like that, right? And I couldn't tell because I was so in love. You know, but there were signs. Like if I scratched her back, she would purr. If I scratched her lower back, her butt would raise up. No, I like that. No. Last year I dated this albino girl. Till that blizzard came and I lost her forever. Thought I saw her later that month. It turned out to be a snowman with bubblegum eyeballs. It was very sad. Actually, someone told me that I was a chauvinist pig. And I said, listen, dishwasher my friend married. Everyone get that? It was going to get it good. Okay. No, it was a problem for me. My mom was a single mother, right? She raised me to be a chivalrous gentleman. She was also an avid feminist, had a lot of feminist friends. And I've always been a smartass. It's a bad combination. So one time, I was 4 years old. I was holding the door for my mom and her friend. And her friend comes up to me and goes, you know, I don't need no man holding my door. I go, ma'am, I'm 4. And what on earth are you doing out of the kitchen? Jesus Christ! My Cocoa Puffs aren't going to pour themselves, ladies and gentlemen. I actually took a feminist class because I need a couple minutes of material. I was actually a feminist. She believed that women didn't actually enjoy sex, that it was a byproduct of men's desire, that it was forced on them, women didn't enjoy it, which I don't believe, ladies. Because every time I stick my finger into my ear enjoys it so much more than my finger. I got to go side to side. I got a little bit of a bigger ear. You know what I'm talking about, red shirt. My name is WillSpottedBear. Thank you very much. Give it up for Janice Stevenson!
I was doing 10 minutes.
No work, no work.